Well, ultimately, AMI is all about digital transformation of the utility. And more recently, AMI itself has been transitioning from being about just meter reading to being about integrated multi-service networks that can provide metering services, distribution automation services, and now venturing into the land of IoT. So what that means is a lot more data from a lot more diverse devices. And obviously when you get more data, you need better techniques to process that data. And so that's where the data science comes in. The other innovation that we're seeing in the AMI platforms is Itron in particular is moving processing to the edge of the network, which enables us to do more of the analysis of the data at the source of the data where we can make decisions in real time and take faster action. But realistically, the transformation from a business perspective for Itron is all of these new tools enable us to solve harder problems and deliver better outcomes for our customers. So energy efficiency is really kind of an old term, and what we see now is utilities want a more targeted solution. They don't just want to reduce usage across the board, they want to reduce usage at peak times, and they want to reduce usage in key areas. So last year, Itron made a large investment in distributed energy management and demand response with the acquisition of Converge. And with that acquisition, we acquired some leading technology, which in combination with the Itron AMI technology, allows us to deliver both energy efficiency benefits for the consumer and a demand response resource for the utility to be used during peak times. As an example, we're doing a project with Duke Energy in the United States for small and medium businesses where the customer gets energy efficiency and the utility gets a dispatchable demand response resource that they can use when they need it. So obviously EV, IoT connected homes, and blockchain are all very promising technologies which have transformational possibilities for the industry. They're also relatively young in their life cycle. So where Itron's focus is on developing the infrastructure that supports that. So we've spent quite a bit over the last 4 or 5 years on the OpenWay Riva platform, pushing processing power to the edge. And that enables us to solve some very real utility problems like loose connection detection or theft detection. We're able to really do that at the edge. What's cool about that is that then blockchain comes along and we're able to use that same processing power at the edge and the infrastructure we've developed to deliver apps to the edge to very quickly develop an application demonstration where we can record energy flows to the consumer, energy flows from the consumer, energy flows from the grid, and record those all in a blockchain at the edge. Then we can bring that back to the data platforms we use and settle that market. So by investing in the core technologies, we're able to provide solutions to our utility customers in all of these areas as they grow and evolve. People have been talking about disruptive change in the energy sector for as long as I can remember. I think the thing that's different now is there's a pace of change, and there's also some new technologies which are giving the customer more options than they used to have. For example, if you think about solar, that affected the utilities' need to balance the grid and deal with loads coming from the prosumers. But when you pair that with a battery, the customer now has the option of leaving the grid entirely if the utility doesn't provide them with good service. We also see the expectations of consumers around the access to green energy options, new ways to pay their bills. And then finally, we see regulators are tightening down on capital investment and traditional forms of generation. So this means that utilities are really facing some disruption to their core business model. And this means that they have to find a way to keep customers on the grid, deal with power flows coming up from the customer and harden their network with increasingly tightened capital assets. So at Itron, the way we try to help our customers manage that is, again, by providing them with the intelligent devices, the core networks, and the applications to make sense of all the data coming out of these intelligent devices. We're also starting to work with them to bring our expertise from around the world and partner with them to deliver these outcomes rather than just serving them as a technology provider. The energy industry and the utility field in general provides young people with an opportunity to have a career where they can really make an impact in a positive way on the world. As with all industries today, the utility industry is fundamentally a technology industry, so a strong grounding in science, technology, engineering, and maths is a good place to start. From there, you have to understand how the industry works and how it impacts on society. To that end, Itron has partnered up with Professor Michael Weber at the University of Texas at Austin to create a web training facility called Resourcefulness, Understanding the Energy and Water Nexus. With that training, we see students in the K through 12 and university levels trying to get a better understanding of energy and water and how those industries impact the world. So far this year, Asian Utility Week has been very good. The speakers have been very engaging, and as usual, we see a number of customers looking at new technologies, so it's a great place to meet people and learn more about the industry.